What up? 7 degrees. Feels a little better than when it was 4 this morning. Not too much wind. I was just thinking that, there's not that much wind, and the wind started picking up. But there's a few people out here. You know, I ain't alone. I was alone for my first trip around. Now I go back. But, it's fucking amazing. Day 20 of No Excuses for 2024. I was listening to NPR on the way down here, right? And they were talking about meme classes for Democrat strategists or whatever, social media people and things of that nature, right? How to make them, this and that. And, excuse me. And I don't know, I find it funny that I keep hearing, especially on NPR, that mention trusted media sources and trusted messengers, right? So the trusted messengers, that's their operatives online. And the Republicans got them too, right? And what I'm saying is, it's these mainstream factions of both parties really, but, there's some outliers here and there always is, right? But it's the mainstream version of what's going on, the messaging and the news and all that, right? What you see online. That's why I always say, I've fallen for the bullshit many a time. COVID shit, I was fucking scared. I was fucking 300 pounds, unhealthy, and that's what was killing. Every person I see, refuse this or that, they show them on TV. They're a big freaking giant, head, fucking oxygen and shit, Anyway, but it's you gotta understand that they're pushing this shit out, And I enjoy some of it, don't get me wrong. Some of it's funny on both sides, you know what I mean? Most definitely. And, but you gotta be careful of what messaging you're taking in, I like more of the libertarian route, but, not 100%, I believe in a social safety net, within reason, I don't think anybody should go without food, shelter, or clothing, but we got some issues going on. But, especially with this election season, right, they're stepping it up. It's going to be like, it's going to be like 2020 on steroids, and I just don't, I don't really see too much of a positive outcome, really, because it's just going to be fucking crap slinging on both sides. And, and that's the problem, right? It's this both sides shit. That's the true issue. I guarantee you, most American adults, United States citizen adults of voting age, probably agree on 50 to 75% of all issues. There's like a 30%, say, that we probably don't fully agree on, but we could if we just trusted each other. And, now that they can propagandize us, not that they weren't doing it before, but since 2014 when they changed the law, now they can, the CIA, State Department, all that, they can propagandize inward now towards the citizens, and we can see that. We can see that since 2016 and beyond, It's gotten crazy, and we gotta maintain, we gotta focus, you know what I mean? Was it Dr. Umar? He's got that meme. Gotta focus, my brothers. Stay focused. But seriously, we only get limited choices. But my only choice for voting this time is whoever's talking about, breaking up these federal agencies that have been, propagandize us and try to control us, and they go against the Constitution, you know what I mean? And whoever's anti-war. And I know there's no such thing as an anti-war candidate, you know what I mean? People are like, well, Trump, Well, you know, the last time he was in office, you know, he might not have started any new shit, but, you know, there was killing that general, Soleimani or whatever, and, you know, there was other shit, you know, a lot of shit in Syria, and people are like, well, he was reluctant to do that. Okay, but still happened, you know? Still happened. Gave a record amount to the military, you know? Gave some to the troops, don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying, you know, you got to watch out, because they're marketing us on ways that most people don't even contemplate. You know, from the commercials we watch to, you know, this all kinds of stuff. You know, especially with online stuff. You know, and you see people who you grew up watching, or, you know, you thought you could trust because, oh, they're a street person, or they're this, they're that, and then you see them just towing the line, and I mean this on either side of the fucking aisle again, which is the problem, two-party system. But, like, you know, they're towing the line for this bullshit, you know, and it's, I just can't see how other people don't see how obvious it is. Maybe it's, you know, because, like I was saying in a video yesterday about how, you know, when I try to watch these blockbuster movies that everybody talks about, and I watch them, and they're so predictable, and, you know, I know what the next line's gonna be, figure out the plot usually like that, and it's like, it just becomes boring, right? But the same people that parrot the MSM, the mainstream media, are the same people that are like, these movies are great. Oh, this song's awesome. Oh my God, did you see the Super Bowl commercials? Did you watch the Oscars? Like, what? Who the fuck is watching that shit? You know what I mean? Who the fuck got cable? Like, that kills me that people got cable. I mean, I have the internet, so basically I have cable, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. You gotta choose the people you watch wisely, you know. Look behind, and you know, I'm talking about Fox News as well. I'm talking about Sky Australia. I'm talking about MSN, BC, you know, CBS, ABC, freaking Fox. I think I already said Fox, but you know what I'm saying. Like, they're all, what's the other one? CNN. You know, that's all. It's all manufactured consent, right? They're manufacturing consent all day. You know, we just gave another $60 billion to Ukraine. I mean, if people actually watched non-mainstream media, go online and check out some of these other voices that are talking from overseas about what's actually going on over there, you know? And it's not necessarily what the Russians are saying. It's definitely not what the Ukrainians and the US are saying. So, you know, you gotta be more informed. And they're gonna be coming at us every way, you know, 6 ways from Saturday, right? Is that how they say it? I don't know. I always fuck up my sayings, so. But yeah, I thought it was weird that I keep hearing those two terms, you know, trusted media and trusted messengers. You know, they only want you watching certain people who you think is organic online, right? These influencers and shit, like, oh yeah, they just came up with this shit on their own. You know, they're just giving us their ideas, and then you find out they're being paid. You know, same thing with like all the people on, you know, you see talking about conflicts on television, all the news, right? They don't disclose that these motherfuckers work for Raytheon or Lockheed Martin or General Dynamics or BAE, and, you know, it's BlackRock and, you know, all the other ones. They don't disclose that shit. You know, and I don't care if they got a uniform on. It's a revolving door to all that shit. You know, I mean, you hear them brag about it, right? You hear them brag about it. Well, 90% of that money comes back to the United States. Not to us. Not to us. Some workers, but most of it goes to the top echelon of those companies, you know. Or they just reinvest it in their company, and, you know, or buy another company and, you know, do all these acquisitions and stock buybacks, and nothing that's good for us. Excuse me. Anyway, just be leery of what you're watching, man. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. As soon as BlackRock or the CIA come to me with that fat check, oh, my content gonna change up. You'll notice it when you see it. So just know I had to sell out. I got kids, motherfucker.